I Indeed we are. Hello and welcome, everyone, to the l.a.s. pre-season semifinals between Salty, Nami, Carry, and the boosted Bonobos, victors of l.a.s. Season 1. I am Stripes here with the lovely, lovely Caster Rav.
Wow, that's the nicest thing I've heard in like the last month from now. Jeez, two lovelies? I don't even get one. Awfully generous.
Well, we have one hell of a game set up, and potentially another one with a rematch between the Bonobos and the Direwolves. But we'll have to get through the semifinals first. As right now we have Salty Nami Carry versus Boosted Bonobos, and we also have the other semifinals going on right now, which is not going to be casted. The Soul Slayers versus the Midnight Gaming Direwolves. Boosted Bonobos and Direwolves is a matchup we've casted quite a bit, and we're quite familiar with these two teams now, isn't it?
Absolutely, but let's not jump the gun and let's get going with this champ select. These guys are ready on pro draft and they want to get banning and picking and get this semifinal started. They want to be crowned a preseason season number 2 champions because the former champions, Occult, did not join up this time around. So it's going to be a new champion, and both of these teams are looking to be the current preseason champion. Oh, and looks like we've got some bans on
Indeed.
the way.
We are
You see
jumping
this?
straight into it. We have
Perfect.
we have SNC banning away the Vayne and the Oriana, while Boosted Bonobos banning away Renekton and Tristana right now. Or hovering the Tristana ban. I think Tristana is a really broken pick right now. And not to mention, just like Lucian, she can be flexed mid or bot, so getting her out of the way is a pretty good thing, and that's exactly what they're going to be doing.
Yeah, I was just telling my buddies today that if there's one champ I expect picked or banned today is Tristana, and Boosted Bonobos did end up going with the ban, so we're not going to see her in this game, maybe in the finals, or maybe not, because like you said, she's taking over the game, and we're even seeing her in pro play, as a number of pro teams have been picking her in NALCS here in the final week of regular season. Have you been watching any of the pros?
I have. It's been a great day of what the hell games going on. The second time Dignitas won with a gold deficit. They won with a 4K gold deficit against FlyQuest today, but it was all for naught because they still will get 5th seed because TSM won. But enough about enough about ending the regular season of both the l.a.s. and the LCS. L we have to end the l.a.s. preseason. And it looks like Kaisa and Thresh are going to be the first two picks. Kaisa for Salty Nami Carry, and Thresh for the Bonobos.
Yeah, nothing too surprising here. If I were to say out of the two, the more surprising pick would be the Thresh pick, because Lofton on the Bonobos has shown that he really likes to play the Braum, and then we'll revert back to the Alistar frequently as well. So we have seen the Thresh a few times since their entrance into the league, but it's not his main pick. So with them choosing it first with the Samira, which has now been buffed in 11.5, reversing some of those nerfs that had previously happened. I believe it was she got a little bit of a damage upgrade on her Q, if I remember correctly, to being picked up first, and we have the boosted Bonobos choosing their bot lane, and we're going to see if Salty Nami Carry goes ahead and matches.
And they
Wow, as
are
I said that, they did.
they are going to go with the Rel. Rel again, another power pick. I am a little curious about the Samira pick. Samira is still pretty viable. She is nowhere near as dominant as she was prior. So she's going to need a lot more support to get the ball rolling. And we are going to see a Warwick coming out for Salty Nami Carry on the third pick, which is a very interesting pick. Some people do flex him up in the top, but I still think the jungle is probably the best place for him. Ooh!
Yeah, I'm not seeing a lot of Warwicks around. So like you said, we're seeing him a little bit in top, a little bit in the jungle, but overall not a primary jungle pick is the Warwick. Who we are seeing more of is the Kindred. Is starting to see some more play in the pros, but Ferris is his main jungler, the Kindred, and this is something that he hard carries solo queue with. So some comfort champions picked up from the boosted bonobos, and we're gonna have to see how this new Salty Nami team. We don't know what they've been picking. I didn't watch their first game, so we're starting to learn some of their picks and what they're going to be successful with. And
Indeed.
and they went ahead and banned two mid laners here in the Zoe and Katarina, going ahead and pinching Vincent in the mid lane. So he does have Irelia, he does have Akali, he does have a few more champions he can play, but already three of his primaries banned.
Indeed. I think it's really some really good scouting. Akali is still not in the best spot right now, but once 2.6 or 11.6 happens with the W getting an energy buff and where it actually will just give her flat energy is going to be really amazing for Akali. I don't expect to see it right now, but Darius coming in for Salty Nami carry. Uh, Darius still a broken pick in solo queue, still stupidly broken. But we do now know that Warwick is not getting flexed into the top lane. He is going to go in the jungle. And Swain is going to round out the champ select for SNC.
I tell you, what I'm noticing with Salty Nami picks is they have kind of like the Island of Misfit Champions going on here. Like they're playing Warwick in the jungle, not picked that often. Darius on top used to be like a main staple, not seeing as much action recently. And then Swain, yeah, we love the guy. We see the guy. We see him in bot. We see him support. We don't see him in mid lane that often. Here they goes being put into mid lane. So they have some a little bit of a little bit mixed picks that were meta before or a meta in other lanes, and they're going ahead and moving it to where they're comfortable. So I want to see how they play with this slightly atypical composition.
Indeed. So what you guys are hearing right now is we are going into champ select in the game client itself in order for the teams to actually get the game all set up with picks and bans and all that good stuff. So right now we are going to take a look at this screen for a little bit more, or while they get through that, because they're just gonna speed run through it, and we're just gonna analyze what do you think is the overall game plan for these two teams.
When I'm looking at the boosted bonobos, I'm seeing that, yeah, they're playing, their comfort champions, their power picks. I see them playing around the Kindred jungle primarily, mainly because of the success that Ferris has had on this pick before. So they're really going to be able to control the team fights that they want to play and be able to use the area effect of Kindred's ult. So what I mean by that is they're going to be able to have Thresh lantern people out of the fight. He's going to be able to engage with the hook, and then Kindred's going to be able to control the where they fight with the ultimate. When I'm looking at Salty Nami, they have a pretty tanky composition. They have, you could say, 3 tanks and a bruiser in top lane. They're looking for team fights. They're looking for a 5v5. Boosted bonobos, they like it, but again, it's got to be on their own terms. So that's kind of how I see it. Do you see anything different there, Stripes?
Looking at the team compositions, I have to agree with you for the most part. It looks all of a sudden, it looks like SNC just wants to go in. They just want to go in. They want to dive. They want to do. They just want to go in and blow up the carries. But that's kind of what Samira wants to do as well. Kindred doesn't necessarily want to go in, but Thresh, Samira, Set also want to dive. Warwick wants to get into the back line. Swain wants to get in the middle of the fight with his ultimate so he can just stay in the fight longer and drain health. Rel wants a good engage. Kaisa wants to go in the back line and dive. It seems like a battle of two dives with a little bit of out of place pieces. Although Syndra is quite normal in dive compositions for helping with the different, with a different wave clear and all that stuff. They did ban out the Orianna, which I think would have been a much better pick if they didn't ban it out, but Syndra is kind of like what you had to go with. So now we are going to be waiting those 3 minutes for the spectator delay before we get it back into the game. So I'm really excited for this. I don't know anything about Salty Nami Carry. They're a new team. They got brought in to... In fact, I can just go and pull up the bracket right now. Just give me like 2 seconds.
Did they take on one of the Direwolves teams in the first round?
They did not take on. No, they did. They took on a Midnight Gaming team. They took on Rajin Storm.
Yes,
They did not. No, they did not. The One Tricks took on Rajin Storm and beat them, which used to be Boosted Bonobos Academy. They beat Rajin Storm. Salty Nami Carry got the first round bye, so they took on the One Tricks. They won that. You actually took on Boosted Bonobos. Doesn't look like it went that well.
Oh, it was a banger of a game, though.
Ooh.
I don't know if you caught that one, but it's already got over 60 views on my channel, which is a little bit more than for a quarterfinal type of game. So it was a high action, high octane. I was loving it because my boys were playing my race car beds, and we've come to scrim the Boosted Bonobos quite a bit, so I know these players each as well, and so I was just loving it, and I had a great cast, and just like the magic happened, and we're gonna see if that magic continues forward. Boosted Bonobos, they were down in that game, multiple dragons, 2,000-3,000 gold, and they came back. They can do it from ahead. They can do it from behind. Let's see if Salty Nami Carry can get that lead. Let's start to break down some of these lanes as we kind of got a minute or two left on the delay. When I'm looking at top lane, I'm looking at Darius is the one that wants to be aggressive here, whereas it's Set that more wants to kind of play a little bit back, wait for a gank, and kind of play for the team fights.
Set
Go ahead.
Set does like being aggressive, but the problem is Darius thrives in it much, much more, especially in the early levels. What you really want to do as Set is you want to wait till you got a few levels under your belt, hit a good face breaker, and then hit him with your full combo, which is you face breaker, auto, Q to reset, auto him 2 more times, and then you go with the Haymaker. If you were running Conqueror, you'll full stack Conqueror. You will get a very good trade-off. You will do so much damage to the Darius, and for the most part, he can't even move until you're already casting your Haymaker. While the Haymaker itself doesn't do that much damage, at the same time, it's still going to be well worth putting out the full combo, and if he still wants to try and fight you, your Conqueror is fully stacked. And that is exactly what he is going to be running in this matchup. He is going to be running the Conqueror. So that is something you're going to want to keep in mind. In the jungle, I do play quite a bit of Kindred too. So usually with Kindred, I go for a 4-camp gank scuttle pathing. I go red buff, and then the entire blue side clear. In whatever order, it does not matter. It just matters on which side you want to go down and gank first. Which lane is going to be your more volatile lane. If you're going to want to gank bot, you want to start on whatever's on the top side. If you're going to want to gank top, you're going to want to start on whatever's on the bottom side. That's kind of my go-to when I'm playing Kindred. As I see, I need to fix one thing. Use.
So in talking about that, as the Warwick, I would want to make sure Darius does not lose lane, and if he could get a kill or two up on the set, it could be a real viable winning condition for SNC. But here, we're going to see a quick 5v5. We're seeing the hook go in, being landed, but we're seeing a whole bunch of CC landing up and down. We're seeing Kindred go down first. Now, retreating is the Bonobos. They're going back to the tower and trading back a kill. It's a 1-1.
It's a 1-1. Kindred did not go down. Kindred got the first blood. Kindred got the first blood on the Swain. Darius got a kill, traded back onto the set. And that's going to be a huge head start for the Kindred. Now, Kindred probably didn't have a mark on the Swain. Usually what a lot of Kindreds like to do is at the start of the game, you put the mark on your opposing jungler, just in case there's a little skirmish going on and it turns into a fight that if you win, you won't just get the gold from it, but you'll also get a free mark from it. As we can see, Ferris has a mark on the Kindred. Both junglers are going to be starting on their red side camps, so it is looking to be... So Warwick will be pathing top side, and Kindred will be pathing down bot.
So how I look at these junglers is that Kindred needs a little bit more time to get going before Warwick does. So this first kill from the Kindred really helps him get started towards his first item, possibly some boots, and get towards those early four
might have
marks,
an early gank going on top lane. Good
Absolutely.
face breaker in level 1 Darius, and he's gonna get killed and punished. It's another kill going over to the Bonobos. That's going to be the set picking up the kill now, making the matchup a little bit better for him. Darius did spend that kill money on boots.
Look at the blue.
Oh, look at the blue. Look at the blue. Little battle.
He's not letting go.
Oh!
Warwick's going to go down. Warwick's going to go ahead and try to get out, but Ferris isn't going to let him go easily. He's going to try to do as much damage as possible, but level 1 Darius is here. He's got full health, but he doesn't have that many levels. He does have half a life bar left, and Ferris
and we have
really
some, and the mid laners did a bit of trading as they were trying to rotate up. Ultimately, Warwick will still get the blue buff. It will be safe, but he is low enough that he can't really contest the rest of his camps. Kindred is taking his Gromp, and that is a big camp to lose in your clear, because ever since the changes, Gromp is the one that heals you. No longer is it Scuttle, it's Gromp. So losing that from your clear is massive. Vincent taking a bit of a bad trade, but he will escort the wave into the tower, ultimately.
So the first mark is very advantageous for Ferris, who's gone on the top side. So not only was he able to counter jungle the top side of his opponent, he was able to get that first mark. So, a kill, getting the top side jungle of his opponent, and the first mark. Really how you want to start as this Kindred, who, like I was saying before, needs a little bit more time than the Warwick, but, already a CS ahead and is not able to get that second Scuttle. So Warwick did go directly to there after clearing his jungle camp. So gold leads slightly in favor for the Bonobos as we see the top wave pushing for Darius. Destroy 1-2-1-4 2004. I wonder if that means something.
I don't know. We might have. We'll have to see. We can ask him later in an interview or just off stream, and we'll find out. As a bit of trading does happen in the top lane. A fully stacked passive coming in for Darius. Gonna hurt quite a bit, but not too bad because it's Set, who does take that extra health regeneration from his passive since he's low. So all in all, there's quite a bit of action going on.
Absolutely. Definitely not like an LCK game a few years ago when it was 1-0 after 25 minutes, but 2-1, and we're seeing lots of skirmishes. Ferris moving down towards his second. Oh, but he sees Warwick there. So they both saw each other, and Kindred's going to decide to play a little bit more patient. He's already got the lead. He's sitting on gold, and he's pinging the dragon out. Now, it's a little bit dangerous because he did just see Warwick there. So remember, so he's calling this, but does have the knowledge that the other jungler is right there.
Yes.
Just going to position in the pixel brush. Looks like he's waiting for Warwick to come out.
The big,
being very, very patient.
the big number Kindred wants to hit is 4 marks. That's when she really becomes online as a champion, because that's her first range extension. 575 range. That is the standard range for a marksman. So she wants to get that range. She wants to start getting to the point where she can be a lot safer in these fights. Doesn't have to get close, can easily kite out, especially when you have people like the Rel, like the Warwick, like the Darius that want to get on top of you. So you can just sit back a bit safer. And it looks like Ocean Dragon is going to go over to the Bonobos. And we have an Infernal coming up next. So it's either going to be a Cloud Soul or a Mountain Soul.
Yeah, early advantage here for the Bonobos, but definitely nothing that can't be overtaken by SNC. When I'm looking at SNC's team, their highest ranked player is their Darius, Destroy. And when I'm looking at some of these CS numbers, I do see a nice healthy advantage here for Kai'Sa. 57 here in right before 7 minutes. Very strong. Especially for our mid-level type of competition. So look for him to start building gold and start getting an item advantage on this Samira, who, like we know, is a little bit weak without gold, but once she gets going, it's like a downhill toboggan ride, and there's no brakes.
Indeed. Now, something else I want to point out in this composition. This is a really hard comp for Samira to like go in YOLO 1v5 against. Even before all the nerfs, this is still a really hard comp, because what kind of CC can she actually block with her W?
There's not a lot. There's not a lot on the opposing team. There's also a lot of tanks, like you're
saying. There's only one form of CC she can block. Swain. She can block Swain's grab. That's it. Can't block the Darius pull. Can't block any of Rel's engage. Can't block a Warwick ult.
Oh, but we're seeing a little bit of action here in top lane.
Ooh.
Zed is going to ult perfectly right into Ferris, who's going to hands both open and is going to accept gladly a second kill to go with the assist. Now working on that second objective. I was telling you to watch Ferris on this pick. This is his pick, and isn't he living up to all these high praises?
Indeed, he is. It's a really good thing to see him actually snowballing the lead. He is currently building into that Noon Quiver. Or he has built that Noon Quiver. Meanwhile, Xiao Hurt, it only has the Ninja Tab Eyes, and he's giving the eye over to the Set. Now, that is a really dangerous thing for SNC, because Set is a really good tower sieger because of his passive auto attacks and his Q doing, especially when he starts getting some items under his belt. He can shred turrets, even with plates. He can shred turrets, so you want to watch out for that. If he gets 2 more plates down, that eye is just going to take first turret. And it looks like we have some action in top and mid. Darius getting ganked once again, getting pulled back to the facebreaker. Meanwhile, a tower dive is going down on mid. Destroy will not get a kill, and it looks like Vincent does manage to escape with Flash expended, though.
I am just super impressed by this Bonobos team, and it's not by their skill plays. No, it's through their map movements and through their decision making. They decide to camp. First of all, they make a good movement to go to the bot side of mid right off the bat, and they get a kill. Not only that, they decide to camp top lane. Their strongest player, their highest ranked player, their biggest carry potential in the Darius, and they already got him down 3 deaths in 10 minutes. Really impressive, and yeah, wow, this is what we expect from our champions. This what they keep delivering. I keep waiting for them to screw up, and they just don't do it. They just keep performing.
Now, speaking of screw ups, there is still that one big discrepancy down in the bot lane. A 20 CS lead for Kai'Sa. That is something you definitely do not want to see. I understand it because you're going to want to play safe. You're going to want to avoid the rel engage. You can't really stop that unless your Thresh lands a good flay to stop her W diving in. But it doesn't matter too much if she lands a good ultimate with it as well. But overall, that's kind of outweighed by the CS discrepancy in mid, which is also around 20. A little bit of roaming into the jungle, being very cautious. Double farming in both camps. Pretty effective thing. Pretty effective strategy.
Absolutely. Not a lot of Kindred players in silver and gold do not do the 2 camp clear.
A lot of players in silver and gold don't do it at all, unless you're playing someone like Fiddle, which is super easy to do it with. You literally just hit both and then W. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But we're seeing the second objective on the way, and I'd be a little bit surprised if SNC decides to contest this. They're going to have to pick their battles carefully, and that appears to be one that they're not willing to do. Mid lane, looks like Ferris is going to say hi to Swain, but the two fighting.
Ooh.
Darius versus Set. We were talking about it ahead of time.
Oh!
Set's going to go right into the turret.
That was such a good play from Lynx. He flashed, let the haymaker hit, he flashed to the other side, ulted him, he basically insected him back into the tower on Set instead of Lee Sin. That is impressive. It is going to, however, he is still roughly even in gold. As I say that, he is up 900 in gold, but it could be a lot more if Darius, or it could be a lot more if he was farming at the same speed as Darius. Most of that gold has come from the tower getting destroyed. If that tower hadn't been destroyed, it would have been a lot more even in the top lane because of how well Destroy has been farming. That being said, there is a bit of a discrepancy in terms of level in the jungle. That's something you really want to be careful of. And Zhao Hurt is going to hit, lands the ultimate. Ferris is going to pop the ultimate. And he's trying to escape. And he's going to flash over the wall, and he gets out. Oh, but Vincent! Vincent with a QE will hit Zhao Hurt and take him down.
We haven't said his name once so far in this game, and he's like, no, I'm here. I got some balls. Look at my balls. And he just displayed his balls for all of us to see, and in taking down. But there, Swain's going to have to pop the ultimate, seeing the pressure from Ferris, who's going to most likely go to his enemy's jungle, work towards, I believe that's the third.
It is going to be his fourth.
Fourth, wow. And again, that's pretty good for 14 minutes. Like, that's very optimal. Everything's optimal here for these Bonobos.
Oh, but the flash to make sure the fear landed into the Acathian Rain, and Kai'Sa gets a 450 gold shutdown, snowballing this lead in the bot lane. Trying to keep it up, and looks like Clove is going to force out a flash from the Syndra. So there's another big cooldown out of the picture. I say this game is going to be won through top and bot for Salty Nami carry. Don't you agree?
Well, yeah, I mean, I was saying top. I'm saying, yeah, I do agree. Even though top does have the 4 deaths, he is farming well. Again, you know, rank does matter because, you know, he's able to get to plat, so he's able to make good decision making. But when you're looking at the scores and the gold, really Kai'Sa is the only hope for Salty Nami carry, and Boosted Bonobos really need to be highlighting that. And if they can knock her out early in one of these pivotal team fights as we're coming up past laning phase into mid game, that's going to be all she wrote. But yeah, she got a lot of protection. Like look, like Rel and Swain, and she's got some bodyguards, and she doesn't look like she's going for like one of those jujitsu bodyguards. No, these are just like big, heavy, like 350-pound muscle monsters in Warwick, Swain, and Rel. And let's hopefully Muscle can muscle the Bonobos out.
Yeah, Darius may be quite behind now. He doesn't even have his first item yet, but don't forget he can be very deadly as Paint is going to get dived upon. The 3v2 in the bot lane, and Paint is going to get blown up full combo. But in the mid lane, it is traded back for another kill. But Lofton is in trouble, and it's going to be a 2-for-1 map wide over to Salty Nami carry. Oh, and a flash coming in from Destroy. Oh,
getting the stack.
Oh, the ultimate's going to go in, and Destroy is going to get a kill on a Ferris. That's going to be a 3-for-1 for Salty Nami carry.
Stripes, we got a game!
We got a game! We got a game! See, this is something you have to be worried about. Darius, yeah, he's far behind. Yeah, he doesn't have a completed item. But he is still super lethal. Especially when you're a Kindred that doesn't have a lot of items. That doesn't have a lot of levels. Doesn't have a lot of health. He can still shred you. And because we just saw that right there. Good plays coming out from Salty Nami carry in the bot lane and the mid lane, trading back the death onto the Swain, getting 3 kills, and they have priority over this dragon now. All 5 are around dragon. Syndra and Samira were still in their lanes farming. It looks like Destroy is having a little death rush for Syndra.
Oh,
good combo.
Perfect target.
Good combo all around, stacking up. Nasi is going to get a kill onto the Syndra. Good Rel engage with a 3-man stun. And that is going to kill the Rel. And Samira is going off. Ultimate getting popped, but he will not get a lot. Zauhert will kill Ferris, and that's going to be a triple kill over to the Kai'Sa. Shut down over to the Swain. That's going to be an ace and a dragon for their Rel. Over to Salty Nami carry, and this goal difference, it just closed.
I don't say this very often, but that was a little bit of an uncharacteristic mistake from Vincent. He knew that all 5 members of SNC were walking right through into the river, clearing multiple wards. You have to assume someone's in that bush, and a heads-up play from Destroyer, setting up the killer bush and getting the perfect target.
Oh, and Destroy is taken down. Vincent got a bit of revenge right there, and Akoris looks to be in danger as well. But no! Akoris is going to get the last laugh as he takes down Vincent. But Ferris, he's looking on the hunt. He wants to get something back. He wants to make this a favorable one. Zauhert is getting taken, but the root will land, and that's just going to be it.
Ferris has the look of like a jealous boyfriend. Like he knows things are going wrong and he needs to do something about it. And he's gonna use whatever means he can. He's gonna stalk. He's gonna annoy with text. He's gonna do weird things and make vast assumptions. But he needs to be able to do some action here. And with the game even, you really don't like that the soul ends up being the Wind Dragon for the Bonobos. With the first 2 on the way, they would have much preferred the Mountain, or you know, like or just a different order of dragons. But who really does? I mean, who would have liked even more the Mountain Dragons is SNC with their 3.5 tank composition.
Now
a little disappointed on both sides. Go ahead.
I do want to say that this is still a very good Drake to stack. Even if the Bonobos just get the 2 to get the soul, disregarding the soul, which is very useful in its own right, it's still a very useful Drake to stack. That ultimate ability haste is going to be very, very helpful, especially on the Kindred. As there's a little bit of fight in the Herald Pit, Ferris looks to be in a bit of trouble, getting ulted, and it looks like SNC might deny the eye. And it looks like that's exactly what they're going to be doing. Bonobos can't really get there safely as they go to try, but the eye is going to disappear as Baron comes and claims his pit. But like I was saying earlier, it's still a very good Drake to stack, especially when you have the Syndra, when you have the Kindred. Those are some really good ults to have for the Bonobos. On the other side of the coin, you want that Swain ultimate as much as possible, that Rel ultimate, the Kaisa ultimate. There were, not to mention, if you manage to get 4 Drakes and get the Soul, the movement speed for the Warwick and the Darius are going to be super helpful. Not to mention the Rel
and the Swain. You got it, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If they can get 4, wow, wouldn't that be a sight to behold? 4 Wind Dragons and Soul. I've only seen that maybe once or twice ever in my games.
I had
maybe
one.
Once.
I had one before ability haste came into. I was playing Zillion. I got so many Drakes. I had like a 15-second cooldown on my ultimate.
Yeah.
It got ridiculous.
I saw it
85.
Yeah.
At the time, you could get 85. You could get 85 cooldown reduction, 85%, because you get the 40 normally, the 5% from runes, from Cosmic Insight, and then 40 from 4 Cloud Drakes. That's insane on a lot of different champions. It's not quite as strong. You can't quite hit that number as easily. However, it's still good to get all of this ability haste stacking up.
I, for one, am really, really happy about how Salty Namikari has come out and has really taken it to the champs here. Yeah, they got down behind, but 2 quick team fights, which included a full ace early in the game, and they're able to come right back, and they're not wilting. They're here, and they're not intimidated by these guys. They're playing them champ for champ. What I am noticing here is that Darius hasn't spent a lot of time here in top lane. Yes, he's going back up to push the wave in, but he doesn't have teleport. He doesn't want to stay up there. He wants to be part of the team when they fight. He doesn't mind a 1v1 in the side lane as a fight, but he doesn't want to stay there for long periods of time, giving his team a disadvantage in the teleport.
I don't think that's the stun target Vincent wanted to hit, but he still hit someone in that bush. That hurt. Did get.
Are you commenting on his balls again? His balls? Yeah. I know.
I mean her balls because he's playing Syndra.
Yeah, that's sure. Yeah, that's Let's go with that.
Okay, we're getting ready.
The dance again.
We are getting ready for a fight. A double stun going in. Not much coming in. Just a bit of footsie going on. Clove and Zhao hurt getting down to roughly 1,000 health each.
We're seeing the advantage here for the Bonobos. They were able to get 2 champions down a little bit.
Have
the engage.
The face breaker from the set is huge. Stops the hard engage from the Rel. However, the damage is still being done. Lofton does manage to get out. Ferris does get a kill. It looks like it's going to be 3 kills and Paint is going to go in. Double kill on Samira. Triple kill on Samira. And that's going to be an ace over for the Bonobos. But Lynx is the only one left alive.
Don't you dare keep Baby in a corner. And Baby, in this case, is Samira. You got to see how she can chain together some kills. And I thought she was going to clean that up completely. But Set going ahead and finishing up that job. Getting that last kill, and is going to go ahead with the Dragon. You're going to be pretty slow at it, but should have plenty of time to be able to solo that before any competition comes. There they go. They're on 3 Dragons. They have a 29-minute soul opportunity that will not win them the game completely, but will definitely give them the ultimate advantages, like you said, to have those up even quicker, to get that extra movement speed as well. And they could be just saying, hey, let's play for soul here. No need to risk the Baron. the SNC does not have that luxury. They need to decide to either take the Baron, look for a pick, or be able to hard contest this Soul coming up. They looked at it last time in the 5v5, but Boosted Bonobos able to get that advantage, and now they have another win condition.
Now, I do want to point out, this game is still very close. It's less than a 1k gold difference in Bonobos' favor. And it's very, very important to consider the fact, as there might be a little bit of an engage coming in for Flow. He's not gonna... Does not land the stun, and the Bonobos are just going to walk away.
That was some sneaky Hextack flash play from Rel. They were looking to set up that pick 2v2 and would have won, most likely, in a fight. Well, it would have been close, but the ultimate cage from Thresh going out, being able to disengage that. I'm now seeing both supports now have the Hex Flash. This is semi-finals of Hex Flash. I love seeing it. It's a big playmaker.
Hex Flash is a really underrated rune on a lot of champions that are engage reliant, like Alistar, Thresh, even some junglers like Skarner and Hecarim. Now, well, not really Hecarim, but Skarner and Sejuani more like. It's a really good summer to go on, but going to the game at hand, look at the itemization. It's pretty much dead even for top laners right now. They both have Stridebreaker, they both have Sterix, they both have the Ninja Tab Eyes, but Set just has the Giant's Belt over the Ruby Crystal. So it's pretty even now for top laners. Darius has caught up. Meanwhile, Ferris is running a bit away with this Kindred when it comes to itemization versus Warwick, but when I play Kindred, I don't normally run this build because it still leaves you very, very squishy. I usually go Collector into Triforce because it gives you that bit of defense and sustainability. Then you go Ravenous for that lifesteal. But this build still works too. You're just going to have to play a lot safer. This is still the most popular build, the favorite build for high tier, low tier, and everything in between. So can't really rag on him too much. This is the agreed upon standard. Meanwhile, Syndra did pick up the Everfrost, which is probably one of the best items for mid lane mages now, unless you unless you desperately need something else, like your champion is reliant on that damage over time, like Swain. Because normally you can't really buy CC. This is the one item you can buy that has a flat out hard CC. Stridebreaker is nice. It gives you a slow, but if you hit Everfrost, it's a root. That is very, very good. And even if you don't hit a dead center, it's still slow on it in and of itself. So that is something to keep in mind. You also gotta watch
an announcement. I'm seeing some pings coming out. Triple ping towards Dragon for the boosted Bonobos. But as I say that, they move towards the Rift Herald. They're doing a little bit of not miscommunication, a little bit of geez, what's the word I'm looking for? Like you say something but you mean the other. Anyways, they said they're pinging out Dragon.
Misdirection.
Misdirection. There you go with the thesaurus, Mr. Stripes. Appreciate it as always. That's the frustrating thing when you got a word, but
something I do want to say. Clove did flash. For what appears to be no reason. It's not that big on Rel, but just something to keep in mind, because having that flash would be nice for a much more instant engage, as opposed to the Hex Flash, which you need to charge. So that is something you have to keep in mind. All ultimate abilities are up for everyone, so we have to watch out for. So everyone has all the tools in their bank. Darius has Stridebreaker down, but that's still a really short cooldown. So
this game has been won or lost around this dragon fight. And the last one, we did see Bonobos come out ahead. The SNC is being a little more patient this time around, not getting poked out. They do have their Darius, who went position towards the bot side. He might look towards to push this bot side, this bottom lane, to get some pressure. I'll be a little bit surprised if they just decide to rush it, but they're going to, and Rel is going to be the one gonna say, no, you can't come in here.
Yeah,
Now 3 dragons to 2.
Yeah, you have a 6-1-7 Kaisa that can just shred objectives, especially dragons. So it doesn't surprise me that much that they decided to just rush it down and go for it. It was really, really good play on their part. They got the dragon, denied soul point, gives them a bit more ability haste, but Vincent, in trouble, does flash out and does deny Zhao ultimate, but he's still going to go down in the end. Collector procs up for Nasi, and that's a 7-1-7 Kaisa now. Working on what looks to be an IE.
Well, with Vincent down, we're going to have a little bit of time for SNC to gain some tempo in these lanes and to start positioning towards this Baron. They've already got a little bit of vision, but they would like some more. If they could set up a pick or have a front-to-back team fight with their tanks in front and Kai'Sa safely behind, they could win. And here they're going. They're going to force the fight by starting this Baron. We're seeing the pings come out from boosted Bonobos. Stripes, they're really putting the pressure on BB. Let's see what BB does this side.
Bonobos have full vision of this pit because of where they have their stealth ward. It is not getting countered by the control ward. Lynx is getting taken down real low. Clove has to use the stopwatch to get in, and it's going to be 2 kills over to Sultan Nami carry. The ultimate is getting dropped, but it's a good ultimate coming in for the Warwick. Triple kill does come over for the Kindred before he gets taken down, destroying and getting super low, but it's going to be an ace for 3 over to SNC. Another deadly and close fight that could have gone either way.
SNC set that up, and they did it with communication. They started that Baron with every intention of pulling off of it and looking for the fight. They have the 5v5 team comp. They have the big tanks that they can put someone in front of Baron and not lose too much health and attack it for 5 or 10 seconds. They immediately pull off, turn the fight onto BB in the river, and end up taking it a 5-on-3.
Okay, so something I really, really want to see. I want to see Paint grab a QSS. Because literally that last fight came down to Warwick hit the ult on the Samira. And the ult and Samira still took damage from it because she wasn't at the threshold. Warwick got healed from it. Got healed from the ult, but because that Samira was suppressed, he wasn't able to go in, finish off the Darius, help Vincent, and turn it to an ace the other way around. So I want to see him get a QSS in case he gets hit by the Warwick ult again. It's not as reliable as something like Skarner or Malzahar ult, but still, it's something I want to see just in case. Not to mention, there are still plenty of other CC that a QSS would be good for, especially since he doesn't have cleanse.
Well, Warwick, now we're seeing him on the bot side of the map, and Kindred at the top side of the map. Kindred appears to be going for Darius, and they're going to try to slow him up. He does not have a red buff slow, so he's just able to tap him a little bit, not really slow him. Set wants to follow up, but again, they're showing 2 here on the top, and Boosted Bonobos are going to follow. Here's the teleport coming. Stripes, I think we might get a big team fight on our hands.
We might get Ferret is bleeding out, but he will not die. Triumph will come in, but there's a solo kill. Vincent getting soloed by the enemy ADC. Of course, does use the stopwatch, and he's going to get taken down. Ultimate getting used, and that's a quadra kill for the Kaisa. Can we see it? Are we going to see it? We're going to have it. It's going to be a pentakill over to Nashi. I think that's how you say his name, but a pentakill regardless, and that's going to be Baron over to Salty Nami carry as well.
Wow, we don't have a sponsor to bring you that pentakill, but just the l.a.s bringing you the pentakill type action here in the semifinals. SNC now taking a lead on champions, boosted Bonobos. And they're going to run towards Dragon, looking to possibly set up that epic 7th Dragon fight that we all know and love. So rare that we see it. We can see it right here in the first game of the night. We are casting final stripes. We're getting warmed up. I can't wait to get Waff in here and to get in these finals. But first, we got to see who is going to be in this finals.
I am so excited. There are a few things that I want to point out. I'm gonna pull an l.a.s here and criticize builds. I don't like rapid fire cannon. I don't like it. There are so many other items that can give you much better value. Like, yeah, rapid fire cannon is good. It gives you much better range. It's really good on champions like Senna, Caitlyn. Gives you that much more extended range. But Kindred, as a Kindred, you're not gonna get too much value out of rapid fire cannon, especially in this game, because you're going to get chased down a lot. You're going to get in these close encounter team fights. You're going to be fighting in your own ultimate. So, I would have preferred to see an IE come out much earlier. Maybe even a Storm Razor. That's still a really good item on Kindred. Or for those who remember since before the item changes, Storm Razor is still a really good item for her. Meanwhile, I understand the Lord Dominic's, but I would have preferred an IE third or the Samira, because that's going to be a lot better in team fights, especially when you're trying to take down this Kai'Sa, because don't forget, your Q can also crit, and pumping out the damage onto someone like Kai'Sa, getting her killed quicker, is going to be much, much easier. Not going to get a lot of value from Lord Doms onto the Kai'Sa, because she doesn't have more health than you, and not much if she does. But other than that, can't really complain too much about builds. I do like Nashi going for GA, knowing that he's the win con. If he gets taken down, the fight's over, and so having a GA as a little bit of a safety net is really good. I wouldn't be surprised if he sold boots at the end.
The only champion to be full build right now was able to complete it a couple minutes ago. Does have that advantage now, but won't be so big in about 5 minutes as other champions start to catch up to her. She's almost level 18, and soon Boosted Bonobos is going to be able to catch up. Getting full items, getting level 18, she's not going to be that hard carry as much as she has been in the last, 20, 25 minutes.
Indeed, but at the same time, you still can't disregard the power of Kai'Sa, because who's a tank on the Bonobos? That's it. Thresh is pseudo tank, but still not really good tank. An interesting thing I will want to point out is Clove built Zhonya's on Rel. Now, I actually kind of like the Zhonya's on Rel. Because usually you go in, you pull your full combo, you're stuck there waiting for your abilities to come back up. And yes, a lot of the time you just end up dying. I like the Zhonya's because it allows you to just hit a button, just save time, wait for your abilities to come back off of cooldown, and not die and give kills over to the enemy team. It would be especially good against the Jinx, because you don't want to give her that passive proc, but I still think Zhonya's is a good item. I would have gone for a lot more tankier options. Maybe go a Thornmail, since it's an auto attack reliant team. Could go a Spirit Visage. Gargoyles might be a good option. Just some ideas to go for a second item, because still, you're not that tanky. Zhonya's doesn't give health. Sure, you're going to do a little bit more damage, but you're still not that tanky.
It's mostly for playmaking, right? Like you were
It's
saying
mostly for
initially.
playmaking.
You're giving up some stats, but you're more willing to dive into the team, hit the zone as your team follows up. It really could be the difference between a one-team fight or not, and maybe he just wants to forgo those stats.
It's like Jarvan support. You build... Jarvan gets absolutely no value.
Whoa, Vincent.
That is quite a lot of damage over to a Chorus. The ultimate is used, and already that ultimate cooldown is pretty short. Destroying is getting taken down pretty low, but he is going to run away. Ghost has been popped. Nasi in the backline. Clove does take down Vincent, and that is huge. Ultimate's getting used out of nowhere. Low health bars on the Bonobo side. Paint is ulting away, and he's just going to drop. Destroying will get taken down, and that is an ace for 1. Over to SNC, and they're just going to go for the end. Ladies and gentlemen, the champs are being dethroned. The Bonobos will not defend their title in the pre-season open. They will get taken down by a brand new team, the Salty Nami carry. And ladies and gentlemen, they will be heading over to the finals.
Love it.
I
love it.
Fantastic. It's always great to see new teams come in, give it their all, especially when you get throttled, especially in that top lane. And it was really, really, really exciting to see. But now, SNC has a real challenge because we do have their opponent.
Who is it? Who is it?
I'll give you 2 guesses. There was only two options, so I'll give you 2 guesses.
I was assuming it was going to be the Direwolves because of their previous success, but I would love it for it to be 2 new teams in the finals. What is the answer, Stripes?
Well, we aren't going to get 2 new teams as the Direwolves are going to be taking on Salty Nami carry, and it looks like it was a pretty clean game for the Direwolves. Again, you got to watch out for Yuki in the jungle. He is such a threat. He did end up putting in a lot of work. 11-3 and 15 on Olaf. Don't give this man Olaf. Just don't give it to him. But then again, he can make a lot of stuff work in the jungle. So that is going to be our finals matchup. That will be coming up relatively soon. So I will quickly get...
Just starting to message the Direwolves, and they are ready. The game is getting ready, and who doth come? It is our third caster. Hark? Hark? Who is thou?
Ho, 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 ho. Waffin.
Well, welcome, Waff. It is great to have you.
Well, you know, like I haven't heard from you in a while, Stripes. You like disappeared off the face of the earth, but I'm glad we're past the whole Earth is flat type thing. You come back around, bro.
Oh, nice. I was wondering where you're going with that.
Well, just bring it
lovely,
back.
lovely.
I'm ready. Well, I am super, super excited for this finals matchup. We are going to see the Dire. It seems like me and Rev have been casting quite a few Direwolves games. And I promise this is not intentional. It just happens a lot. That's what happens when you're a good team.
Yeah, but now we're going to see a new matchup up against Salty Nami carry, and well, we've just seen them take out the defending champions who have had the best of the Direwolves in the past, playing close games but coming out on top. So you would think if we're going to do some League of Legends math here, that Salty Nami carry should be able to take this home and become the preseason champions. Well, we're not going to know for sure. That's why we're going to watch and we're going to cast. And Waff is going to be here to join these great games that we're having. Like Waff, you've already seen a couple games. Our game against the Bonobos, banger. Now
Oh,
this game, banger.
bang,
Co-
bro.
comebacks, huge team fights right around the dragon, and now we got the finals. This is really shaping up to be a special preseason number 2. This is the second season. We do have the second season number 2 of the regular season, starting in a few weeks. There's still up until the 25th of March to get your teams registered. So still 11 days. So all you need is 7 players to go on a team. That's our minimum.
I believe
And
that was changed down to 6 actually because
oh,
of the new rules we are implementing.
well, that makes a little bit of sense with that emergency sub already used very effectively in the preseason.
Mhm.
Amazing rule change. Just one of the many that the l.a.s. has gone ahead and implemented as we're learning and growing all together.
Do we got the boosted Bonobos versus the salty Nami carry? Is that what we're talking about right now?
Nope, that is the game that just finished. Boosted Bonobos
Okay.
did end up getting
Oh,
getting dethroned by
They actually
SNC.
lost. Yeah,
what?
I know.
It was a very, very fun game. A lot of fights ended up where 1 or 2 people were left alive for both teams. Like,
Well,
there
I'm
were
gonna be honest here. I think they might have blown their load when they faced us. The Blue Jays, right? They had nothing left in the tanks, looking like Starship, like the first 2 cases of Starship where they crash into the ground real hard, right? They'd had nothing left in the header tanks, bro. They're gonna have to regroup for the league for the season.
So, I am really excited, but we do have some time to kill as the lobby is getting set up. So, how did you guys Clash go last week?
We won the first day,
Nice.
looking clean, crisp, well-rounded. Second day, I think I faced some animal, some fucking John Wick looking guy on Zion just blew me out. I didn't even know. I thought we were playing League of Legends. It turned out I was playing like solitaire or something. It was horrible. I got dumped on Stripes. I don't know what to tell you. I'm trying to come down here, Rav, but they're filling up the spectator spots.
What about yourself, Stripes? Did you get any Clash going on?
We did get some Clash going on. We only got 1 day because Chaos's schedule is a little wonky. But
Oh.
it didn't go too well. We lost 3 games, but but 2 of them were really, really close and could have gone either way. Plus, we were off-rolling a little bit. I wasn't playing mid. I was playing support. So
Oh, are you usually a mid main?
I am usually a mid laner.
What kind of pool are we talking about, Stripes? What kind of things? Are we
I
dealing
can play a lot. I can
with?
play a lot.
What's your
Some
top two champs?
Diana and Kale. Diana and Kale.
Hmm?
Akali when she's good, but Diana and Kale.
Hmm.
A little bit off of the current meta, right? Waff, is that what you're humming about?
Yeah, we're dabbling in the outside meta for sure. But
Well,
but
Diana is still really good in the solo queue metal. She is really strong. Kale, not so much. It's matchup dependent.
But we just saw SNC with some atypical picks. I mean, they have been played in these positions before, but they're not being played there now in a high amount with Darius with Warwick in the jungle and Swain in mid lane. Again, it's not like Cocoa Puffs here, like Cookie for Cocoa Puffs, but we're not seeing pro games with these champions in these positions, and we're not seeing them in high level solo queue. But SNC was able to make them work into their comps and really played around them well in their 5v5s, which is where they ended up winning. And this is just like what we were talking about before, Stripes in the Champ Select. This
Indeed.
is a team fight comp. There's 3.5 tanks here. Like they want to fight, play front to back, and they did just that with the right picks and the right targets. They were able to beat the Bonobos, who, we've seen a dozen times have excellent team fighting, like a dozen games, like just crisp team fighting and communication, and SNC able to overcome.
Oh, Vincent's so good, bro. Vincent landed the most retarded, amazing Ori ulti just like on 3 of us in our match. Holy, he's good. But
Well,
let's.
was it akin to the Jizuke ult he landed, which literally he ulted and W'd and killed 3 of them in a snap?
Is that last game?
Uh,
Vincent did?
no, I was talking about
Jizuke.
Jizuke from
Oh, I
EG a
don't.
couple weeks ago.
See, let's be honest here. There's only 3 LCS teams, and if you're watching the EG, I don't know what you're doing with yourself. You might as well watch goddamn Oceanic. I don't even know if they're still playing anymore. You might as well go watch.
Oceania collapsed.
Go watch.
Hence why Fudge is the top laner, because he's no longer counted as an import because of the Oceanic collapse.
Let's be honest. There's only 3 teams: TL, TSM, C9, Rav. We had a video. TSM to the top. I called it. I want recognition. I'll accept all sorts of chocolates and payment from you at the end of the season when my predictions come true. Like I'm gonna.
I
be
don't
like,
know.
no,
Dignitas is overperforming to everyone's expectations. Did you see the game they played today?
they can overperform themselves into a dumpster because you know exactly what's going to happen in playoffs. It's going to just be, there's going to be 3 teams, and those 3 teams are the only teams that matter. And Dignitas will be exposed because when you pull out cheese stuff and best of ones, that's exactly what it is. It's just cheese. And once you get into the substance, the core of this game, you find out that NA is just, it's top heavy, man. If there's only one team in my mind that's like right close, and it's 100 Thieves. Even if Dignitas has a good record, they just don't have that oomph, that little piece to go over the top.
I would be scared if I was TSM though, if
What?
you end up losing, because Dignitas hasn't lost to TSM yet. They have the tiebreaker over TSM.
Come on, Stripes. I'm willing to bet my 2 kids on TSM right now, man. I guarantee you.
I still think it's gonna be as much as I'm talking about and hyping up Dignitas, I still think it's gonna be TLC9 battling it out in the finals. That's my prediction. I think C9 is gonna try for a bit of revenge on COVID for the spring split last year and finally make it to MSI. That's
Raph,
what I think. I'm not sold on TSM.
Bro,
I am not. I
think.
still
What
think
do they gotta do? What do they gotta do?
they.
Gotta do for you?
I really don't know, man.
Oh,
There's just a feeling in my gut that just like I'm not sold on this team. They can perform well domestically, yes. But when it comes to international play, I'm still not sold on them. I wasn't sold on them last year.
Okay.
And I don't think that they're going to win the midseason.
Oh,
but I do think that think that if they improve enough come summer, there's a very good shot that they could rep us at Worlds and potentially perform better than last time. But it's hard to say.
Help me out, man. Help me out. Give this guy needs to understand. Help me out, Rav. Look, where'd Rav go? He disappear?
I do not know.
Listen, I'll carry this, okay?
Sorry, no, I'm here.
Okay, help me out, man. Like,
all right, okay. TL is going to win in spring, and possibly TSM will challenge in the summer in the second round, like in the
where are you putting C9 in all of this?
in the dumpster where they belong.
They're gonna finish number 2 in the spring here, and so that's what I'm also picturing what Stripes is saying. But I do think TSM is going to continue to grow, and I do think that they're going to show up even stronger as the season goes on. And they are not out yet. I was wrong at the beginning of the season. I think I put them 4th, and I think that might be a little bit too low. But you know what? They still got to prove it. You know, there's just regular season. Like, who are they getting their wins off of?
Gee, I don't.
NA teams? Yeah. Exactly.
you guys are animals. Rav, I've known you since the beginning of the 2000s. Like, we were playing StarCraft. I have never felt like you betrayed me so badly as you just said. Like, TSM is 100% guaranteed just by past results. Okay, Spica at the end of last year was one of the best junglers. You could say Santorin
That I will have
up
to.
there.
That I will have to agree with. Spica was
Okay.
definitely top 3.
Oh, I'd say top 2, right? Santorin's the only person out. Blabber dropped off the cliff into the fucking
Yeah,
canyon.
Blabber dropped off a cliff.
Yeah,
So
because
all
he's
of
only got
C9 dropped off a cliff, though,
exactly.
too.
But that is the engine. Blabber is the engine. He has one speed, and it's 1,000 miles an hour in one direction. And when he dropped off the cliff, it showed me that there's no backup. There's no, hey, this plan's not working. We got to go with something else. It's kind of like when we faced the Direwolves, right? If we
Okay.
shut down Yuki, bro, right? I just get on Mike. That's just what's going to happen.
So who's Mike?
Very wet.
Very wet. There
When you have these interpersonal relationships, right? You just call them by their names, not by their gamer names. People aren't knowing who the heck I'm talking about.
That's why a lot of people refer to Double If as his real name when you talk to LCS, and
that's my boy.
So we can actually talk a little bit more about all of this, because we actually know what the first 2 games are going to be. It's going to be 100 Thieves versus Cloud9 and TL versus TSM.
Okay.
Who do you think
Great.
is?
Let's
Those
break
are
it down.
the two games.
Let's
I
go
think
top-
C9
let's go
wins.
top for top. Okay,
I think
top
C9
for
beats.
top.
Start
What
with
do you think?
Thieves C9. I think
Oh,
C9 is going to win. 3-1, 3-0. Those are the 2 I
Agreed.
see.
Agreed. There is no argument. There is no reason why C9 should lose that. Rav, are you?
I do agree, but I also agree that 100 Thieves is going to at least take a game.
I can see a 3-1.
Yeah,
I can see a 3-1.
I can see that. I agree with that.
I think it'll be 3-1 or 3-2. That's my prediction.
There is no argument with like C9, Sven, and Vulcan are good enough to beat 100 Thieves' strongest lane, right? Like
one of the top 3 bot lanes in the league.
No, I think Sven and Vulcan aren't that good compared like to Double Lift back in the day, but like
are they top 3 in the league?
Yeah. 100%,
Then my statement is still true.
Agreed. I just don't see Fudge can absolutely poop his diaper for like all 3 games, and I think C9 should still win.
Now, TL, TSM.
Break it down. Top lane versus top lane.
Alfari versus Huni.
I think Alfari's the better top laner. I think Huni in playoffs, while playing against better competition, plays better. I think that Alfari is hands down by stats, by play style. He smashes NA. He's mechanically really gifted. I think that Huni has more in-game intelligence than Alfari with a team dynamic. He's played on the better team. He's played in Korea with Kokoma and Faker. He knows. And the thing is, he can elevate. He has played on higher stages than Alfari. There is more potential.
Stripes, are we all set? The guys are asking. Looks like they are using Pro Draft.
They're not.
I guess they're not? Okay, great. So we can just go right into this. I think they're all ready, and I think it's lunacy to think that Alfari is not the superior top laner.
I think the jungle is a lot more highly contested. I think the jungle is a very highly contested between Spica and Santorin.
Agreed.
Mid lane, I think Jensen is better. Bot lane,
I think PoE is more consistent. And he played against, if you watch Last Worlds, man, he played against 2 of the top mid laners in the world and held his own. With FlyQuest. Like, let's be honest.
That FlyQuest roster is more stacked than you really think about it. Solo was performing really well. He was filling that team role really well. They had Santorin in the jungle, Wild Turtle was doing well, and they had Ignar. So that FlyQuest team was a lot more stacked than people give it credit for.
Yeah, but you're going against the top 2 mid laners in the world. Knight. And was it BDD? Who the heck was there?
Knight and Chovy.
Those are the two best mid laners in the world. Like top, you could say Showmaker's probably better than both them, right? But you go Showmaker, Knight, and then you have Chobi. And PoE took on both of them and didn't get smashed. So Jensen, you might say that Jensen has the more of an ability to carry, but we should probably get into these drafts.
We should
That's
definitely.
exactly what I'm thinking. Let's look at who's going to carry here. We got the finals out here. Salty Nami carry versus Midnight Gaming Direwolves preseason number 2. Bans are in place. Anything really stand out for you guys? You were calling for the Olaf. That was the first ban.
Olaf is gone. Olaf is gone.
Shaco question mark?
Olaf.
Shaco.
Shaco did get banned. He got banned.
Okay, super meta pick. Tristana first pick.
Tristana is obscenely broken. She is obscenely broken. She
Strong.
Once you start scaling up, you can quickly just keep destroying squishier targets. And it is going to be a Hecarim picked up for the Direwolves. I do like the Hecarim. He is a very good carrier, catalyst. That's the word I'm looking for. A catalyst for dive compositions. So I'm just curious what they're gonna try and pair with him. Are they gonna go with an Orianna in the mid lane? Are they gonna go with the Shen?
There you go.
And when are they gonna pick him? They are gonna pick Xayah though, so they are gonna get their bot laner first before any other add-ons to the dive comp.
Now,
I just want to reiterate exactly what you said there, Stripes. You're saying exactly what they've got going. They're looking to play a safe bot laner, and they should be picking dive and AOE here. So look for the Malphite, the Shen, look for the Orianna. These are all picks that go really nicely with the Hecarim, and we have seen Yuki on Hecarim do really well throughout this l.a.s. So this has worked for them in the past, and now we're here in the finals and they're picking it up again. It's going to be facing against the Warwick, which I have to say wasn't like a crazy amazing standout, but he was there when he needed to be, and he was doing damage. He was keeping up somewhat in farm. Yes, he was down in gold for the whole time, but he ended up winning the game, and here he is going ahead and picking in the finals. Now we have our first 3.
We have Panzer's signature Rakan. We have the Xayah Rakan bot lane for the Direwolves. I think this is a good matchup for Rakan. Not too much threat with the Alistar. He can try and stop your engages with a good knockup, or just a W to knock you away. The Shen ban is going to come out. This is a really good one for the SNC to ban, because it helps so much with the Hecarim. Just ult the Hecarim as he's going in.
Reverse is a big Shen player. Loves playing it.
Indeed.
I think the Rakan pick against the Alistar works. Alistar goes in for the combo. Rakan can start up the ult, get the knock up, really stop any type of follow-up onto the Alistar. Alistar will have to hit the ult. The team can burst him down, make it so he can't go back in without dying.
That's going to be a no ban for Direwolves. They are going to
little
forgo their 5th ban.
A little disrespect. I like it. We don't even
Some
need
confidence there, yeah.
They are going to ban out the Malzahar. Did
Probably
they watch the finals last season, and that's why they're banning it? Because I think it's a pretty good ban. They'd like to put their mid laner on a much safer option, so that you don't have to worry too much about all this different thing. It looks like, ooh, ladies and gentlemen, that is a Poppy picked up.
We've seen this in the top lane. It's going to go to reverse. This is his pick when some of his top laners have been banned, but this time no bans directed towards him. He's just picking it out because he wants to. He plays it very safe. And
one ban.
He uses the ult normally very well, being able to change these team fights and knocking 1 or 2 people out of the fight.
Well, one ban thrown at him, and that's going to be the Shen.
Oh yes, yeah. Oh well, no, actually no. That's for Panzer though.
But he already picked Rakan at that point.
Oh,
Reverse
yeah,
has
right.
played it. Rav.
Yeah.
Reverse has
That is
played
a good. It's a good flex pick for the
Shen's a good
Direwolves.
pick. Shen's a good pick. I
That's-
think that
Going to be a Victor coming out in the mid lane. I don't know how much you want to go with Victor line, but it's still a really, really good pick. And here comes that Orianna, it looks like. That's what they're going to be hovering towards. And that is what they are going to pick.
okay. Direwolves team comp is well thought out. The Poppy is an extremely good counter to Warwick, Tristana, Alistar. They will not be able to jump on. Rakan will be able to counter any type of engage. I think the Direwolves completely won this draft. I want to see what this Tristana Victor could do because this is going to be in their hands. Very wet has picked a champion that if he can get strong, they're going to be in trouble. Like Zaya will become a problem.
Waff, I think you're having flashbacks from our Clash loss where that Zaya went and ran you over like a school bus.
I don't even know what hit me so hard so fast, bro. Like I don't even know what happened. I asked for mercy, and this guy just goddamn Excalibured me. Felt like it was horrible. I don't know what I can yell about the peel, but I don't know if that was the problem there. I think he just bought me.
Okay.
Got me.
So, Waff, you already said that
Yeah.
you believe Direwolves have won the draft.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What do you think, Rav? Who do you think won the draft?
Okay, so I have a slightly different answer, but with the same conclusion. I think in lane phase, I do like SNC. I think Shogas should be able to push in and bully the Poppy. I also think that in mid lane, Victor should be able to go farm for farm with Shu. He's fine scaling up with the Orianna and getting to that 4th, 5th, 6th item. Tristana arguably is the second best AD carry in the game right now. So if she is able to get going, she can carry games and push towers like no other AD carry. I was saying before in the semifinals, this was the pick I was looking for. It was banned in the semifinals. Now we're seeing it in the finals, and it's on SNC. Now, over to Waff's point about when you're looking about how these comps face off against each other, the Direwolves comps does seem like the play safe around bot lane. You're going for the AOE fights. You're going for the team fights. The ball onto Hecarim. Hecarim's going to charge in and is going to completely disrupt the team, and then everyone else is gonna clean up. So I like SNC in lane, and then I like Direwolves for team fights. That's my answer.
Okay, I need you. Do you think that because this game's now at the point where we're at 2v2s, right? We know, like you said, the Victor Orianna, that's going to be like a farm lane. It's going to who rotates to help the jungler do what he needs to do. But do you actually believe that the Cho'Gath Warwick is a stronger 2v2 than the Poppy Hecarim? Because I'll challenge anybody who thinks that. I guarantee you there will be a kill on the top side. There will be a Poppy Hecarim kill onto the Cho'Gath, or if these animals want to try to get it on, try to go 2v2 versus the Poppy and Hecarim, I think they're going to have a bad day.
Indeed.
I think that
I do think that Poppy actually wins the lane more because Poppy has some of the highest base numbers of of any tank in the game when it comes to like damage and armor and MR, and she is so lethal. Not to mention when you pair it up with grasp and her passive, which gives her a ranged attack and a shield, if she can either pick it up or get a kill with that auto.
Okay, Raph,
so I think Poppy is very favored in the top lane. Mid lane is just going to be a farm fest, and bot lane, it's going to be very dependent on which support can dictate the lane better.
Good point.
In level 1, I think it's going to be the Direwolves because Alistar really needs a couple levels under his belt before he starts actually rolling.
Rav, you and I used to have an Alistar Tristana play that you and I used to play, and it was at what level did we used to go in, Rav?
What was level 2, I believe.
Your bets, your bottom dollar.
Yeah.
We'd go in and get.
Yeah, that was like season 2, season 3.
The same combo though, and Alex is
Yeah.
running Ignite. Here's the problem. Zaya directly counters that, okay? When she gets her W level 1, right? She'll throw or she might go Q. I don't know what Very Wet's got in store for these guys, but if they get the
As someone who
whatever
plays Zaya, it depends on the player. I usually
I
go Q to
guarantee,
make sure I get those first 3 minion kills when they
but
get
you will
super low.
will get E second though,
Yes,
right?
you will
Like, I
definitely go E second.
I've played AD carry season 2. Tristana wants to jump. When she tries to jump, if Very Wet has his feathers down, right, that's an automatic stun. Rakan counters it, that's another knock up. The amount of damage that they can get on. I think that blue team's gonna have to pull out something big. I wanna see something spicy.
I think so.
Like Gordon
We're
Ramsay up
taking
in
a
the
look.
right now.
What does so? I'm just thinking. What does Poppy W actually stop? It does not stop Warwick Ultimate because he becomes unstoppable. It does stop his Q dash, Alistar's dash, and Tristana's jump. Those. So there are 3 champions that Poppy can stop with her W. So it's going to be mostly be used as a speed up in lane because as speed up or escape if she gets ganked. Plus don't forget W's passive giving you bonus armor and MR based on how much bonus you get from items. Mid lane, once again, gonna be a heavy farm fest. Bot lane, I do expect a little bit more of a push coming from Tristana because Tristana's usually level up E first, and that passive is when you kill a minion, it explodes. Like we just saw, she killed 3 minions in 1 shot. So I think it's going to be very, very hard for Yuki to get a lot of priority in the bot lane, so you might want to hover around top when it comes to first scuttle time. As we can see, he is going for a full blue side clear before heading up to the top side, and it's going to be the quite opposite for Zhao Hurt.
So remember in the semifinals, Destroy on top lane was camped early on, and it looked like that was an excellent strategy, but he was able to come back into the game and be a big factor in their win. Is that the strategy that the Direwolves are going to play? I don't think so. With Poppy in the top lane, I don't think you put a lot of pressure up there against the Cho'Gath. This is a lot what I expect to see. Cho'Gath getting the early advantage. He didn't even need Warwick there. He had that already himself and already forced the flash. You're seeing the early push from Cho'Gath, and the flash down reverse. He's going to be under kill pressure here for the next 5 minutes.
Why would he not let the wave push into him? Like I agree with what you were saying, Rap. Like he needed to, or like Cho'Gath can really abuse Poppy in lane. But like if you know that Hecarim's coming up from the blue, going for that blue to red route.
Oh, check mid lane out. We got a first gank.
Oh, and it is going to go down. That's going to be first blood over to Yuki. Flash was also used by Aquarus. Victor, I'm going to say, because I have no fucking clue.
Kill that name, bro. I'm not even going to try for it, so you kill it.
Oh, do you have some action? Oh, but Clove, good play over to Panzer.
Oh.
Forces the flash out.
That's excellent play from Clove there on the Alistar. As an Alistar player myself, you being able to do that level 2 and getting the pulverize under tower to guarantee the tower shot. Muy excelente.
Jesus.
It is flat. It is 2 summoners for 1. However, Yuki is down there. He kind of
double knock up,
but it looks like Panzer is gonna go down. Clove is gonna get the kill. Nashi is in trouble though, so is Very Wet. Flash is used on both sides, and that's going to. And right now, the fight is still going on. As Shu has come in, sped up Yuki a little bit, but Yuki is gonna get knocked away. He's gonna go in, he's gonna dive on Clove, and he is going to get taken down. That's another kill over to the Hecarim. 1 for 1 down in the bot side.
Give him the ball, bro.
Nice roam there from Shu, being able to come down. Here it's quite early. It was the 4-minute 40 mark as the top laners fighting once again. Shogath getting the better, and 2 assists now for Shu, who is more than holding his own, being able to go farm for farm. Yes, 7 down, but picking up a couple of assists and hasn't died yet. So doing his support of roaming Orianna, it's working for him.
So, I do think Reverse is not playing the lane as well as he could. First and foremost, he needs to first play waves better.
Say it again, bro. Say it again, Stripes, for the people in the back, bro.
I think Reverse can be playing the lane a little bit better, and that's exactly what he needed to be doing the entire time. He needed to be eating the wall.
What's he doing?
And
What's he doing? What's he? Huh?
That
What? Reverse? Someone check his comms.
I don't understand that. You are both level 5. You know he's gonna. You know what Cho'Gath ultimate does, and you still have teleport up.
Don't worry, guys. We're having Clove going in, but Panzer's gonna get out. Yuki once again here in the bot lane.
Panzer?
Nothing is going to come of that gank down bot. So far, the only summoner in the bot lane is still that Ignite. Reverse deciding to walk all the way to lane instead of TPing to it, so he is still very far behind. He is down on farm, and he's still not even 6 yet.
What kind of circus show are we watching right now?
I have no idea.
It's all about that bot. All about that bot. All about that bot. Anyways, we've seen. Oh, but once again, Panzer's going in. He's not ready to just say farm. No, it's go, go, go. Each of these supports keeps trading blows back and forth as we're seeing the flash go out from Shu in the mid lane, getting out of the gank from Xiao Hurt in the jungle, who's got a huge CS differential, 14 at this early point. Warwick way down.
More conflict heading on the top side. Just tap of the Poppy ultimate used. And it looks like Destroy is just going to get another kill onto Reverse.
Okay. Yuki better go into the hyperbolic chamber here, because like he's going to need to power up.
Okay.
This game is not over by the least. We've seen Reverse get behind in lane many times in the LCS. The LCS, l.a.s.
If he was in the LCS, if he was in the LCS, there's no way in hell he's playing in our league.
Tennyson, don't sue me, please. But we've seen him, and he does stabilize, and he does that consistently. So just because he's down now, don't consider him out. He will not completely throw this game because he doesn't do that. He'll just get behind, and he'll show up in team fights. Watch. Yeah, it's from watching him play so many times, playing against him.
Here's the issue, but Yuki is going to commit the ultimate and goes into it, and Shu is going to hit the shockwave. Of course, was forced to flash away. He will end up walking out of it. He does manage to get out with very little health. But that is 2 ultimates committed. And Ghost, well, he only needed a flash, so all in all, I still take that if you're the Direwolves. Flash is a much longer cooldown than Ghost. Those ultimates will come relatively quickly, especially that Orianna ult.
Okay, gentlemen, I'm going to have to go onto the internet here and get some Nancy Pelosi pictures and maybe some Hillary Clinton, send him to Panzer, get him going, get him a little bit angry, because this shit is... He needs to get... He needs testosterone shots or something.
That's the ultimate committed from Very Wet. The root is good.
Yeah, there it is.
But the Ignite is over. Heal and Ignite used. Heal used by Nashi and Ignite used by Panther this time. And ultimately, that favored the Direwolves at the end of the day.
This game is completely reversed on its head from the semifinals. Here we're seeing SNC with a disadvantage in the bot lane in the CS differential and a major advantage here in the top. They won the semifinals, but here with the carries reversed, Can they do it in the finals? We're seeing Yuki
Oh.
going in.
Oh, but Shu, look at Shu, and he's done. He is gone. Close. Clove is there with the roam, and Yuki is gonna go down to Zhao. So, going back to the top lane, and Reverse is gonna flash away. And the demolition proc will be activated, and it looks like Reverse so close to getting killed again. Don't think he's within that threshold. It's very low, and Salty Nami carry is going to get first dragon. We're going to have an ocean dragon coming up next. So it's going to either be Mountain or Infernal Soul, as of course gets a couple plates mid, and a couple plates top go over to destroy.
Gentlemen, I got a question for you. Did the Direwolves hear our analysts of the draft and just said, "Hold yourselves. We're gonna add weight. Let's put the 45 pound plates on."
Oh, what a beautiful ball delivery system! But he still gets out.
Wow, that's twice now he gets off with a single shot. Aquarius here,
and
not
now,
only with the funny name, but being able to get out to boot.
And Shu is taking down by Nashi. The rotation is so quick from Salty Nami carry, and they are just here to punish. That should have been a 1-for-1 at worst, but no, it was a 1-for-0 over to Salty Nami carry. Yuki still has this Herald, still hasn't dropped it anywhere, and it's running out of time. Meanwhile, Destroy 4 plates off the top turret. 40 CS lead in the top lane.
Look at the gold, dude. Press that X button and take a look. 5,000 to
Oh
2,700. It's
my
almost
God.
doubling the gold lead here in top.
And if you just look at itemization, Reverse doesn't even have Bomby Cinder.
Okay.
Oh, and it looks like
Nothing
it's
he can
gonna
do
be
here.
a dive. Now Hurt
Oh.
is gonna take a few tower shots.
Hit him to the wall. Reverse. Hit him with something, bro.
And that's going to be top turret taking down gold. The last plate and first turret will be split between the jungler and the top laner. But Reverse just so far behind. Meanwhile, Cho'Gath, that's 3 ults on Poppy and 3 kills. That is going to be Rift Herald dropped in the bot lane, so that's going to be that free gold down there. But look at this.
I trust the bot lane here, Stripes. What do you think? Do you think?
I think well, let's take a look at what happened in the last game we watched. Bot lane got super far ahead because of farm. And top got super far behind because of constant ganks and death. And this was all for Salty Nami carry. They won through a super fed Kai'Sa in the bot lane.
And they were going against the boosted Bonobos?
They were going against the boosted Bonobos. They hard focused the Darius in the top lane.
Who was Paint playing as?
Paint was...
He's the 80 carry for...
Paint was playing as Samira. He was putting in some work, but Samira is not the broken 1v5 monster that she once was.
Paint's a straight G, bro. That guy's he's a good 80 carry.
But if we look at it this side, top is now super far ahead because of deaths and now a massive farm lead. But bot lane is now super far behind. Yuki is in a bush. And
see those 3 levels there? Those 3 levels right away say you can't 1v1. He's saying, hey, you know what? You're just a little bit too big for me. I'm gonna go on the other side of the map. The Direwolves really need to focus on the bot side of the map. I mean, yeah, I mean that's where your win condition is gonna be. If you bring a total of 3 people into the top lane, you can kill Destroy. You know, if there's no vision protecting him, but really this game's got to be through the Orianna and through Xayah.
Oh.
We're seeing a counter gank here in mid lane.
Oh, that was nice.
It's just way too tanky. Look at this Cho'Gath. Like, he's not supposed to be able to tank that hard this early.
He has 4 kills. All of them are with his ultimate. That's 4 beast stacks from champions alone. He hasn't I'm pretty sure he hasn't gotten any from minions, so that's still 6 more he has to claim. Not to mention...
I saw one. He did one.
One? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just take a look at the Cho'Gath. He has 6 stacks. 2 minions. He has 2 minions. 2 minions, 4 champions. That's still 4 more stacks he has to claim. There's still potentially more kills he can grab. Okay. And neutral objectives like Herald that's up now or Dragon that's spawning in 6 seconds. He is going to be roaming down bot side. They are going to try and make a play for a Chorus, and he's just going to flash away. A Chorus just saying, no, thank you, I don't like death. I would like my screen to be bright and colorful instead of gray. Thank you very much.
Second Dragon here going for SNC. This is where they won the semifinals by being at the Dragon with their team, winning the fights or getting a pick and then winning a fight type of deal.
Very well.
And here now 5,000 ahead, 2 Dragons ahead as well. Pretty good for SNC as they think, you know what, 2 objectives, not enough. Let's go for a 3rd one.
The mountains have risen.
Okay, so Very Wet has been training in the Call of Duty, so he might be able to hard carry this. He's been dropping some league play. It is possible. Oh my God, reverse. I don't know about.
They're diving in, and Zalhurt is taken down. Reverse is super low, and they have to run away. The Victor ultimate is not fast enough to catch him. Panzer making sure Clove does not get the good engage onto Reverse. And it looks like it's going to be a 1-for-0 in favor of the Direwolves. They are going to get out. That was a Panzer with a good heads-up play. Using the ultimate, delaying Clove, delaying the rest of the guys to make sure Reverse could get out safe and sound. And Clove did use Flash. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Nasi is just taking down this turret alone. Looks like he might be able to get it, and he will. That is solo turret gold over to the Tristana. That is where you want that gold. Especially
because of that, evens up the gold between him and Very Wet on the opposite side. Just being left alone for just a few brief seconds. Tristana already caught right back up, and she's going to go back to base and spend that gold.
Indeed. Now, I do want to point out build a little bit. Yukimoto is going for the Divine Sunderer build. We've seen a lot of Hecarim in the LCS today, but instead of building Divine Sunderer or Triforce, they were building Turbo Chem Tank. I think Turbo Chem Tank is actually first of all, it's a busted item, but it's also really, really good on Hecarim because of Hecarim's passive. The active will give you so much AD from it because he gets bonus AD based on his movement speed. A little bit of fight going down in the bot jungle. Cho'Gath is on his way. Around 3.5k health at 18 minutes. Not scary at all. Not scary at all.
Okay, so you're saying the Chem Tank is a good choice. I'm saying Yuki knows that he has to shave off all the hair on his body and wear a banana hammock to get this one done because it's either he carries and gets aerodynamic as hell, or it's looking dire. Shoes dire. Reverse is dire. I don't even know if Reverse knows what game he's in right now.
He's too busy playing Dota.
Well, like, hey, I know from scrims that this guy can come back, but Cho'Gath's looking beefy.
Ultimate, Zaya ultimate used and TP coming in as well as the unstoppable force, but it looks like Reverse is getting taken down by Nasi. The explosive charge will take him down. Ultimate was committed, knocking 2 away, and it's just going to be a 1-for-0 over to SNC.
Very Wet's got to get busy here. Like, if he needs the ball, man. He needs to want the ball.
You gotta have like a Michael Jordan type of effect, right?
You gotta have that.
Oh, and Shu just gets nommed up. gotta get that iron, man. You gotta get that iron in his system. Just what better source of iron than a robot?
Direwolves are getting so hard and so fast. They think they're surrounded right now. They don't even know where they are. Okay.
They
Yuki,
keep going in. Yuki
questionable
getting the ult
engage.
in.
Pans are getting chunked out, and Yuki will get taken down, stunned up by the cage. And what kind of Direwolves team has showed up for this game?
Well,
They are
we heard a
engaging
couple
onto
stories.
reverse again.
Okay.
Trying to escape. Nasi will take down Very Wet, and of course will take down reverse. 13-3 the kill score. And that's an inhibitor turret down at 20 minutes. 20 minutes.
Guys, when
Meanwhile,
I'm looking at on how the Direwolves can win, there's not a lot of ways, but they have to be able to get either Victor or Tristana out of the fight fairly early, because you're not going to be able to burst this Cho'Gath. You might be able to get the Warwick, but it's not the target that you need. You've got to get one of these damage dealers out of there to even have a chance.
Rift Herald was dropped down in the bot lane. That is going to be a turret taken down, though no one's going to claim the 250 gold from the turret itself. So that is a lot of gold thrown away into the trash. And we're going to be looking at a 26-minute Dragon Soul for Salty Nami carry. And Mountain is going to be very, very helpful. That shield to deny a lot of the burst coming in from the dive. Help with that sustainability. The Direwolves need to delay the Direwolves need to delay this game out. They need to stall this game out. They need to get Xayah into better items, and it looks like she's gonna go PD second. PD is probably one of the better second items you can go as an ADC.
Well,
Meanwhile, Reverse is still only on one item, and he's not sitting on a lot of gold whatsoever, only 300 of it.
Well,
and Orianna still hasn't completed a Mythic yet, so there's problems all across the board. And while Orianna hasn't completed a Mythic, Victor already has Lichbane done. So there are just problems across the board for the Direwolves. They need to stall this game out. They need to get items. Arguably, some of their champions have much better scaling, but it's not by much. But if we get to the point where everyone's on 4, 5, 6 items, it doesn't matter the gold difference, because at that point, where are you going to spend your gold on? There are plenty of games where I've gone long on enough where, oh, I have 5 items, but I have 20k gold in my bank. Not necessarily that high, unless you're in the practice range, or in the practice tool, but my point still stands. If they can get, but it's really bad when it's saying you need to make sure everyone starts hitting 5 items before you stand even a chance.
Look at Shu's build. Listen, you can drop the whole combo from Direwolves perfectly. You ain't doing shit. Okay, you're not gonna do nothing. Nothing's gonna happen.
Good ult away from the Cho'Gath.
You might be able to do something now.
Yeah, that's a good engage. Being able to get through to the tank.
That's exactly what they needed. They knocked the Cho'Gath away, but Panzer has that almost fully stacked explosive charge on him. Very Wet chasing down this Tristana. Will end up getting the kill. That's a massive shutdown over to the Xayah. Meanwhile, Victor is just putting in work, and that's going to be an ace unless Reverse can just simply get away. You won't have the ultimate that knocks them away. Not the best siegers, they don't really have a good minion wave. They don't have the best siegers in the game. They might try and end it right here.
Okay, Stripes. So here's I didn't want to say this, but Rav and I actually had some insider information. We didn't want to say it. We love these guys. Direwolves, good guys. They're all great guys, like Panzer and Very Wet, top of line dudes. They just haven't been playing a lot of games together, and it looks like it, okay?
It really does. It really does.
What we saw in the finals of last year was well-coordinated team fights that were, like, really thought out. Like, they did a lot of good work. Their scrimming was good. When we faced them, they were strong. Like, they just need to play some more League of Legends together. Maybe 1 or 2 games a week. Maybe bring it down the practice schedule like we've been trying to do, Rav, with our team. And it looks like this blue team's really putting the games. Like, they look, well, Cho'Gath looks like he was just doing whatever the hell he wanted. He looked like Joseph Kony out in the African forest, just fucking slaying people. Didn't even care. I thought the shit that I just saw could only happen in Africa, with war crimes attached to it. Like,
There's some brutality here,
Nah.
but I tell you, there is some optimism, and you guys touched on it. For Season 2, look, we've got SNC Salty Nami Carry taking out our two dominant teams here in the Boosted Bonobos and the Direwolves. And winning,
competition.
they have a good chance of winning the preseason, and I really hope they join the regular season of the l.a.s. By the way, you've got 11 days left. It's the 25th of March is the last day of registration. Get your teams in. As Stripes corrected me, you only need 6 players. That's it. Get 6 of your buddies, get some randos, and get them in.
They are all collapsing
They're
onto
dogpiled.
Destroy, and it's doing nothing.
Oh.
Yuki turns it basically around and gets a kill, and of course will take down Reverse. And that's another kill over to this Cho'Gath. I mean, this man has nearly 5,000 health at 25 minutes. What are you going to do to this guy? Nothing, that is the question. The only way you can really kill him right now is to throw him into your fountain, but that's not going to work. As it looks like that's going to be a 25-minute win. Salty, Nami, Carry are going to be your l.a.s. Season 2 preseason champions.
I'd hate to see Nami.
Right?
Like, if this is them without the Nami, shit, what's their Nami look like?
Really, really dirty. If it's anything like what they brought out today. GG's to everyone involved. We'll see if we can get an interview.
Jesus, Cho'Gath didn't even. He doesn't even give a shit, bro. I'm gonna call Geneva.
That was definitely war. Those were definitely those were definitely war crimes he committed against the team. Then again, he's a beast of the void. I don't think he cares too much. All in all, that was a great game for.
I don't know about great from the Direwolves.
Well, it was great for SNC.
yeah. Looked real good, eh?
Okay.
Looked rehearsed. Look good. I was really impressed with Cho'Gath. Holy shit, he just did whatever the hell he wanted.
I knew he was going to win lane, but I didn't think it was going to be that hard. I got to be
wasn't
honest.
even sold on that. I thought that Direwolves 2v2 was going to punish him. Let the wave push in. Cho'Gath would have to come for the CS. Hecarim has the E, right?
Okay.
Hecarim could knock him in, then Poppy pins him to the wall. That should be enough damage early on. Warwick can't respond.
Okay, so we are going to have an interview with some of the players from Salty from the SNC. So let's bring them in here so we can get an interview. Hello, you two. I might have to change some settings real quick. Hold on.
So I believe this is the top lane, and I'm not sure who the other is. So we have to unmute them.
Okay, we gotta. Well, the gameplay was toxic.
There we go. Oh.
Hello.
Who's the Cho'Gath, bro? Who's the Cho'Gath?
Joe.
Yeah, bro, you look like Joseph Kony from Africa. You were just fucking
Man.
slaying.
I through the Darius game, I had to establish a top kingdom the second game.
Yeah,
So
so
Empire, bro.
dude, he got really pissed that on the
I
cast.
lost. I
you
lost
guys,
way too
you guys said
badly.
that he's a horrible player and he felt bad. So then he went and popped off. He just wanted to show you guys up.
Well,
And who's speaking right now? Which player?
I'm the mid laner.
Aquarius.
How do you say your
pronounce
name?
your name?
Aquarius. I don't know, dude. I don't even fucking know. Yeah.
It's always great when the person who has the name doesn't even know how to say it.
Oh, and Destroy. I was saying this in the semifinals, but do your numbers mean anything?
Yeah, I made this account like in season 6 or something, and when I was like 10, and
Nice.
now it's my birthday.
Oh man,
So,
I've done the
yeah.
same thing with email addresses, and I look back later like, why the hell did I do that? Like,
Yeah, I would change my name, but it's not worth the blue essence.
So
So until I get enough blue essence,
So-
you know.
First things first, congratulations on your victory in the preseason tournament. You
Thank you.
you had some really tough competition, to be perfectly honest. You had the winners of the Legends division. You had the winner in the first game, in your first game. You had the Bonobos who won it all in your second game, both the Legends, yes, the Legends and the Grand Tournament, and then you put the Direwolves who took the Bonobos the distance in the final game. How so do you think this sends any message to any teams to watch out for, you guys?
Well, Zach, do you want to take that or should I?
You can
Just try.
take that.
Okay. All right. So, well, pretty much, we came into this wanting to win because we wanted to prove ourselves, and because we're a new team in this system, and we really were excited to participate in this tournament. So, we decided to try our heart out and play the comps that we like to play. I know that you guys thought our drafts were like a bit all over the place, but these are champions that we're good at and we know how to play around. And we decided to just play together and win this whole entire thing.
Could I
Comfort
ask
sometimes wins out over meta if you cannot play the meta.
Stripes? I got a question for you.
Honestly, it's just, we're obviously, everyone here isn't too, like, we're not challenger level players. We're like plat, gold. So, sticking to the meta is not really going to help you out here.
I got a question. Have you guys been putting a lot of time in as a team in preparation for the preseason? Have you been putting a couple games in every week? Have you been doing anything, working on structure, how you're
Not
going to play
really.
out? Not
No,
really.
Most of
it's
the time it's just playing with one another, just in
yeah,
maybe
yeah,
like
we
draft or rank
Shit.
solo.
I would
like
hate to see you guys when you put the time in. Like if you're playing this good as a team, and I could say that Cho'Gath, you really didn't. You kind of smashed lane so hard you didn't even need a team at certain points. But like, if
Yeah,
you, if
Cho'Gath is just broken champion right now.
it seems like it. I didn't think so.
I mean,
I was
he is
telling
Level
making his
1,
way back in pro
bro.
play too.
I was telling you guys down the river. I thought Direwolves had your ass
level 1
clean.
ulti does what? 450 true damage on an 80-second cooldown? Like,
yeah,
I didn't think you were
that's
getting there,
just
bud.
not fair.
I didn't think that
Or
two.
as Freak likes to say, Shogath has a Camille Q for an ultimate.
true.
So
Yeah, our top laner is a beast.
It's
He
like
gaps
10
everyone.
Camille Qs.
Yeah, honestly.
what was your so obviously your plan was to play champions that you guys felt comfortable with and play around that in your matches. Uh you got what did you have any like special preparation for either of these teams?
10 minutes before the match, we looked at their op.ggs collectively and just,
Sick
started
plays.
banning.
Sick
Yeah.
plays. Yeah.
Sounds like something that you do for Clash,
Yeah.
which is still better. It's better than nothing, especially when you're new to the league. You don't have as much experience against these teams. You don't necessarily have all of their VODs from season 1, but it's still really, really, it's still really cool to see people putting time into also like kind of strat for bans and all that stuff too.
We did make a game strat though against boosted bonobos, like because we saw that in their winning game before they carried through C9 paint, so we decided we needed to shut him down as much as possible. So
He's a good player, eh? His
so
Kai'Sa is strong.
so we decided to pick blue side and then just first pick it, just get rid of
Nice.
it.
Smart play.
Smart. Are you guys already signed up for the season 2?
Mhm.
All
Uh,
right. Watch out if
believe
you
so.
watch out if these guys are in your division because they are a force to be reckoned with. So
Waff and I are licking our chomps here, hoping to
Oh
play
my
you guys
God.
in the regular season with the race car beds here. So you guys said you came to the tournament, you came to win, you played comfort, and you really showed against the best competition that you deserve to be here and to be crowned our winners. So thanks guys for coming in and give us the time, and I really hope to talk to you guys some more and see you on the Rift.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was fun. Thank
Oh,
you.
that was fun. See y'all around.
Thanks,
Yep.
guys.
Thank you so much. So, that's going to do it for our stream. Congratulations once again to Salty, Nami, Carrie for the victory over two of the best teams from Season 1. And if you look at it interestingly, the bracket actually shaped up like how you would understand the bracket, even though it was all random draws. Salty SNC was the 1 seed, Bonobos were the 4 seed, Soul Slayers were the 3, and Direwolves were the 2. We had a 1-4 versus we had a 1 versus 4 and a 2 versus 3 and a 1 versus 2 finals, which I think is interesting how it all turned up. And Salty, Nami, Carry, even though they were the 1 seed, it was still random. They were still not favored to win because of what we had known these two teams to be dominant with, and they showed up and they crushed it and they won. So good job to them.
We're
Good
gonna
luck.
take 'em. We're gonna take them, Rav. That's what it is. We're gonna.
I mean, we got our work cut out for us. I tell you that. So.
This Tristana's gonna have to bring a lunch, get a tank, get something, and we're taking him out. We might have to ban that Tristana. Probably have to ban that Cho'Gath, but we're gonna have something spicy. I think we got to get back to the drawing board quickly. Let's round up, blow the horn of Rohan. Let's get the team tonight. Let's get this shit going. We got it. Let's go. I'm pumped.
Well,
Once again,
I
that's gonna do it for us. We're gonna get going. Good luck this week if you guys are participating in Clash. The Noxus Cup does start this Saturday, so good luck to everyone participating in Clash. Congratulations once again to Salty, Nami, Carry, and on behalf of myself, Rav, and Waff, we'd like to wish you a good night, and we'll see you on the ref. Peace.